Hello, good morning student. In this session, we will see the calorific value, the definition of the calorific value, then the different ways to express the calorific value in CGS, MKS, BTU system, right? Then the types of calorific value, gross calorific value and net calorific value, and what is the relationship between the gross calorific value and net calorific value. This point we will complete in today's session. So let's start with the topic, that is calorific value. So calorific value, calorific values, which is denoted by CV. Actually, the calorific value, it is the efficiency parameter of the fuel. It is the characteristics property of the fuel. So what is the definition of the calorific value? Calorific value, CV, it can be defined as total quantity of heat liberated by unit mass or unit volume of the fuel, right, in presence of air and oxygen, is known as what? Calorific value, right? Now, the calorific value for the solid fuel as well as the calorific value for the liquid fuel, right? It can be expressed in terms of what? Mass into four different systems. Which one? Number one is in CGS system. Number two is in MKS system. Number three is in SI system. And number four is in BTU system. What is the BTU system? It is called as British Thermal Unit, right? So in CGS system, calorific value we can express in what? Calories per gram, right? In MK system, it can be expressed in kilocalories per kilogram. In SI system, right, it can be expressed in terms of joules per kg, and in BTO system it can be expressed in terms of BTO per pound, right? So this is the way to express the calorific value for solid fuel and liquid fuel, which is expressed in terms of what? The mass, right? So CGS system, calories per gram means 1 calorie heat liberated by complete combustion of what? 1 gram of the fuel sample. 1 kilocalorie heat is liberated by complete combustion of what? 1 kilogram of the fuel sample. 1 joules of the heat liberated by complete combustion of what? 1 kilogram of the fuel sample. 1 BTO heat is liberated by complete combustion of what? 1 pound of the fuel sample, right? So this is the way to express the calorific value, right? So the general is what? Suppose 1 calories per gram, right, which is equal to what? 1 kilocalorie per kilogram, right, which is equal to 4.18 kilojoules per kg, which is equal to 1.8 BTU per pound, right? So this is the simplest way to express the calorific value. So these are the units of calorific value also: calories per gram, kilocalories per kilogram, joules per kg, and BTO per pound. I will again repeat the definition of the calorific value. Calorific value, it is the efficiency parameter of the fuel. It is the characteristics property of the fuel. Calorific value, it is defined as total amount of heat liberated by unit mass or unit volume of the fuel in presence of air and oxygen, is known as what? Calorific value. And it can be expressed in different way in CGS system, MK system, SI system, and BTO system. But this is only for what? Your solid fuel as well as for the liquid fuel, and which is expressed in terms of what? Your mass. Now the second way is expression of the calorific value for the gaseous fuel, right? So gaseous fuel, it can be expressed in terms of what? Your volume. So therefore in gaseous fuel, in CGS system, right, in CGS system, unit is calories per liter, right? Second one is MKS system. Its unit is kilocalories per meter cube. Then third is SI system. In SI system, unit is joules per meter cube. And fourth one is in BTO system, that is British Thermal Unit. So it is BTU, right, per cubic feet, right? So this is the way to express the calorific value in terms of what? Gaseous fuel, and which is expressed in terms of what? Volume, right? So this is the unit. Now what are the different types of calorific value? You know that there are two different types of calorific value, right? The number one type is gross calorific value, which is denoted by GCV. This gross calorific value, right, which is also called as higher calorific value, HCV. The second one is net calorific value, NCV, which is also called as lower calorific value. So what is meant by the GCV? GCV, it is defined as total quantity of heat liberated by unit mass or unit volume of the fuel, and cooling the product of combustion at 15 degrees Celsius temperature is called as what? Gross calorific value, or which is also called as higher calorific value. Now the next one is net calorific value. What is meant by the net calorific value, or the net calorific value, which is also known as what? Lower calorific value, right? So total quantity of heat liberated by, right, unit mass or unit volume of the fuel, and the product of combustion is allowed to escape is known as what? Net calorific value, and which is also called as what? Lower calorific value. Now what is the relationship between GCV and NCV? Sometimes this question might be asked. So define GCV and NCV, and what is the relationship between the GCV and NCV? See, you know that GCV, which is equal to what? NCV plus L. So what is L? L stands for what? Latent heat of water vapors formed. NCV is net calorific value and GCV is gross calorific value, right? So this latent heat of water vapors form, which is equal to L into 9 into H. H is called as what? Percentage of hydrogen, right? Into 587, which is calories per gram, divided by 100, right? So this is the latent heat of water vapors, or in short, right? Therefore this L equal to 0.09 into percentage of hydrogen into 587, unit is what? Calories per gram. Therefore this equation becomes like this: GCV, which is equal to NCV plus 0.09 into H into 587, unit is calories per gram. If you know the GCV, from this we can easily calculate the NCV. So therefore NCV, which is equal to GCV minus 0.09 into H into 587, its unit is calories per gram, right? So this is the relationship between GCV and NCV, right? So I think we will stop here. Today we have seen the definition of the calorific value, then the different ways to express the calorific value in CGS, MKS, BTU and SI system, as well as we have also studied what are the different types of the calorific value, that is gross calorific value, then net calorific value, their definition, okay, and their relationship between GCV and NCV. This point we have completed. Okay, I think we will stop here. Thank you very much.